Miss Carmina, you may start.
Ay, sige. So, good morning po. So, ang topic natin ngayon is Partnership Operation and Financial Reporting. Next slide po. So, dito naman, partners' equity in assets contrasted with share in profit or loss. Dapat yung equity ni partner sa net asset ng partnership ay distinguished doon sa share ng partner sa profit or loss. Kasi di naman parati na kung ano yung kinontribute ng capital ng partner ay gano'n na din yun. Gano'n na din yung pagbabasehan sa share nila sa profit or loss. Ang una kasi na susundin dyan is yung agreement ng partners if meron. Kung wala naman doon na papasok yung capital ratio nila. Next slide po. Now, here is an illustration. Nelson Daganta is 1/3 partner is an ambiguous statement. Daganta may have 1/3 equity in the net asset of the partnership but might have a larger or smaller share in the profit or loss of the firm. Such as a statement may also be interpreted to mean that Daganta is entitled to 1/3 of the profit or loss, although his capital account may represent much more or much less than 1/3 of the total partner's capital. So, meaning, kahit na gaano pa kalaki yung capital contribution mo, kung ano yung napag-agreehan nyo sa pag-share ng profit or loss, yun ang masusunod. And next slide po. Factors to consider in arriving at a plan for dividing profit or loss or losses. Partnership profit are realized as a result of putting together the contribution, money, property, or industry of the partners. Ito yun yung kinontribute nila, either money, property, or industry. And the amount of capital invested by each partner, the amount of time each partner devotes to the business, and other contribution are the factors being considered in the formulation of an equitable profit and loss ratio. So next po. So there are different ways on making profit sharing plans. Yung iba, they value the personal services rendered by individual partners, while others naman binibase nila sa amount of the capital contributed by each partner. Meron din namang iba where they consider both the personal services rendered and the amount of capital contributed. So pag ganitong case, allowances may be provided for salaries to partners and interest on their respective capital balances as a preliminary step in the division of profit or losses. The balances may then be divided in a specified ratio. Among the other factors which may be considered are as follows. Number 1, if a partner has considerable personal financial resources, thus giving the partnership a strong credit rating. In general, partners have unlimited liability. A very solvent partner will make the partnership attractive to creditors. Then, number 2 naman, if a partner who is well known in a profession or an industry may contribute immensely to the success of the partnership, although he may not participate actively in the operation of the partnership. So these two factors may be considered in the plan to arrive at ratio by which any remaining profit or losses are to be divided. So next po. To understand further, here is an illustration. Daria Tolentino and Eleanor Tan are partners in a cocoa water business. Partner Daria Tolentino contributed most of the assets of the business but spends little time for its daily operation. On one hand, partner Eleanor Tan contributed less in asset but devotes to her full knowledge and attention to the partnership. To divide profit or losses based on capital contribution alone will result to inequities. So, ang sabi dito, kung i-divide nila yung profit or loss nila based lang sa capital contribution nila alone, it will result to inequities. Inequities meaning unfair kasi syempre, imagine nyo, kunwari ako si Daria, malaki nga yung capital contributed ko pero konti lang yung time na pagtatrabaho ko. Pero ako, mas malaki yung share ko sa profit kaysa sa'yo. Na kahit konti yung capital contribution, kaya dapat the profit or loss sharing agreement should have considered the provision on salaries or even bonus para sa talent, skills, and even the time na kinontribute ni partner Eleanor. So next po. Now, dito naman tayo sa performance method. So, many partnership use profit or loss sharing that gives some weight in the specific performance of each partner to provide incentives to perform well. This allocation for profits to a partner on the basis of performance is frequently referred to as bonus. Example ng performance criteria ay number 1, chargeable hours. Itong chargeable hours, ito yung total number of hours na na-incur ni partner on a client-related assignment. In here, we may be given 2 hours in excess of a standard. And number 2, total billings. Dito naman sa total billings, yung total amount na na-bill sa client para sa work na i-perform mo and na i-supervise mo. Here in total billings, weight may be given to billings in excess of norm. And number 3, write-off. Write-off are consist of uncollectible billings. And weight in write-offs may be given to a write-off percentage below a norm. And number 4, promotional and civic activities. Ang binibilang naman dito is yung time devoted to develop and enhance the partnership name in the community. And weight may be given to time spent in excess of a norm or to a specific accomplishment resulting in a new clients. And then lastly, number 5, profit in excess of specified levels. Here in number 5, the designated partners commonly receive a certain percentage of profit in excess of a specified levels of earnings. So next po. Rules for the distribution of profit or losses. Tulad nga ng sabi ko kanina, hindi parating binibase sa capital contribution yung hatian sa profit or loss. There are rules. So in profit, first na masusunod is the agreement. Regardless sa capital contribution, kung ano yung agreement nyo sa hatian ng profit or loss, yun yung susundin. Then second, if walang agreement naman, kung walang agreement dun sa papasok yung sa capital contribution, which is according to the original capital investment or in its absence. And the ratio of capital balances at the beginning of the year. So what if naman kung yung isang partner naman ay walang kinontribute money or property? Kasi ang kinontribute niya ay industry or yung skills, knowledge niya. Ganon. So pag ganon, ang mangyayari, the industrial partner shall receive such share as may just and equitable under circumstances provided that the industrial partner shall receive such share before the capitalist partner shall divide the profits. So, meron pa rin siyang marireceive. Tapos, dapat mas mauuna siyang makaka-receive ng profit bago paghatian ng mga capitalist partner yung profits nila. And next slide. Now, dito naman tayo sa losses. Siyempre, based sa agreement, and kung wala naman kayong napag-usapan sa hatian ng losses, siyempre gusto nyo, profit lang ang paghahatian. Kaya yun lang yung napag-usapan. Ang mangyayari dyan kung walang agreement as to losses, kung ano yung profit sharing ratio nyo, ganun na din yung hatian nyo sa losses. And what if naman kung wala talagang napag-usapan na hatian sa profit at losses? Doon napapasok yung capital contribution. Losses will be divided according to the ratio of original capital investment, or in its absence, the ratio of capital balances at the beginning of the year. What if ulit may industrial partner kayo? Paano yun? Mag-share pa ba siya sa loss? Ang sagot po is hindi na. Bakit? Kasi yung industrial partner po ay hindi kayang ma-withdraw or mabawi yung labor na naibigay niya, unlike sa capitalist partners na pwede niyang i-withdraw yung capital nila. So, si industrial partner, kumbaga, pag nagkaroon sila ng loss, ang loss niya na doon is yung pagod and effort niya sa pagtatrabaho sa partnership, ganun. And yun po, next na po. Next reporter na po.
Okay, sa correction of prior period errors. Prior period errors are omissions from and other misstatements of the entity's financial statements for one or more prior periods that are discovered in the current period. Errors may occur as a result of mathematical mistakes, mistakes in applying accounting policies, misinterpretation of facts, fraud, or oversight. Pag sinabi mo prior period errors are omission from and other misstatements. So yun yung errors na hindi or may nakalimutan kang i-record nung earlier periods and then for the current period mo lang siya na-discover. Then material prior periods must be restated to report financial position and results of operation as they would have been presented had the error never taken place. The correction of a prior period error is excluded from profit or loss for the period in which the error is discovered. Kasi errors na may iba-ibang occurrence yan and depende dun paano i-restate or paano yung magiging correction yan. So yung mas malawak na discussion sa errors, matatakal niyo pa yan sa intermediate accounting pa. Next slide. The distribution of profits or losses based on partners' agreement. In general, profits or losses shall be divided in accordance with the agreement of the partners. Next. The partners may agree on any of the following scheme in distributing profits or losses. First is the equally or in other agreement ratio. And yung equal yung distribution ng profit or loss regardless of the capital balances or contribution ng partners. Or pwedeng may agreement kung magkano yung magiging division nila. Then second is the based on partners' capital contributions. Una is yung ratio of original capital investment, or based sa contributions or investment nila at the time ng partnership. Then second is the ratio of capital balances at the beginning of the year. Ito naman yung yung beginning capital nila is yung capital balance then ng partners at the start ng calendar year. And then the ratio of capital balances at the end of the year, yung ito yung method na kung sino yung may favorable or may high ending balance yung makakatanggap ng higher proportion sa share ng profits. Then last is the ratio of average capital balances or yung involve yung movement ng investment ng partners. Then number 3, by allowing interest on partners' capital and the balance in an agreed ratio. This method naman may applied na interest sa capital balance and sa any remainder. Then, by allowing salaries to partners and the balance in an agreed ratio, this acknowledges the services and efforts na devoted by the managing partner. Then 5, by allowing bonus to the managing partner based on profit and the balance in an agreed ratio. And may distribution lang sa managing partner when the results of operations of the partnership are favorable or may assumption na yung operation ng partnership is profitable. Then number 6 is by allowing salaries, interest on partner capital, bonus to the managing partner, and the balance in an agreed ratio. Itong last na method, gagamitin lang to as allocation ng profit in case of unequal contribution sa service or capital. Next. For the illustration, the following series of illustrations are based on the figures obtained from the Aguilar and Porras partnership, which had a profit of 300,000 for the year ended December 31, 2018, the first year of operations. The partnership contract provided that each partner may withdraw 5,000 on the last day of each month, so both partners did so during the year. The drawings are recorded by debits to the partners' drawing accounts and shall not be considered in the division of profit or loss. It is the intention of the partners that each partner's share in the profit or loss be either credited or debited to the drawing account. Next slide. And Lord Aguilar invested 400,000 on January 1, 2018 and an additional 100,000 on April 1. Delson Porras invested 800,000 on January 1 and withdrew 50,000 on July 1. These transactions and events are summarized in the following capital drawing and income summary ledger accounts. So, sa account ng capital ni Lord Aguilar, andyan yung credit na 400,000 which is yung initial investment niya noong January 1. And then yung additional investment niya noong April 4. Then sa account naman for Delson Porras capital, credit to his initial investment noong January 1 and debit dun sa withdrawal niya na 1,000. Tapos, both partners are may drawing na 60,000 kasi provided sa partnership contract na bawat partner is pwedeng mag-withdraw ng 5,000 sa last day ng bawat buwan. Kaya yung 60,000 ng partners is computed as 5,000 times 12 months na meron 60,000. Then meron mang credit sa income summary na 300,000 which is yung profit ng partnership. Then next slide. For the first method ng distribution ng profit or loss, siya, yung equal or other agreed ratio. Yung 300,000 divided lang siya sa 2 or equally, kaya meron kang entry dito na debit to income summary na 300,000 kasi dinivide or dinistribute na yung profit na yan. And credit sa Aguilar drawing and Porras drawing na tig 150,000. Then, second, naman, may loss na i-assume na may loss na 200,000 dito. So, debit to Aguilar and Porras drawing na tig 100,000 kasi nasabi equal distribution. And may credit na 200,000 sa income summary kasi distributed na or tinanggal na yung loss. Then for last part is may agreed ratio na 60 and 40 to Aguilar and Porras. Kaya sa 300,000 na yan, yung 60% times 300,000 is 1/8 180,000 yung kay Aguilar, and 40% times 300,000, merong 120,000 kay Porras. So, yun lang. Next reporter na.
Capital contributions. So, doon sa previous lesson natin last time, which is yung basic consideration information ng partnership. Doon natakal natin yung contribution or yung mutual contribution, which is isa sa mga characteristics ng partnership. And syempre, kung yung bawat partner may contribution sa partnership, ay dapat lang na meron itong matatanggap na profit kung kumita or successful yung partnership. And syempre, kung may profit, meron ding losses. If kung hindi kumita yung partnership. But the question is, how will the partnership divide or distribute its profits or losses? So as you can see in this slide, which says based on partners' capital contribution, is one of the 6 ways or scheme on distributing profits or losses. So kanina, nabanggit ni Ate Jillian yung ways or schemes sa distributing ng profit or losses. So division of partnership profits in proportion to the capital invested by each partner is most likely to be found in partnerships, in which substantial investment is the principal ingredient for success. So, yan yung based on partners' capital contribution. Sabi kanina ni Ate Carmina nyo na if may agreement yung partners sa hatian ng profits or losses, yun yung masusunod. Yun yung una natin kailangang tignan sa for example, sa mga problems. Then if wala namang agreement, ang gagawin is susundin yung sa ratio ng partners capital contribution naman. So next slide na po. So ratio of original capital investment. So ito, apat siya under nung based on partners capital contribution. Ito yung ratio of original capital investment, ratio of capital balances at the beginning of the year, and yung ratio naman sa capital balances at the end of the year, and lastly yung ratio of average capital balances. So dito muna tayo sa original capital investment. So assume that the partnership agreement provides for the division of profits in the ratio of original capital investments. The original investments of Aguilar and Porras are 400,000 and 800,000 respectively. The profit of 300,000 for 2018 is divided as follows. So dito sa original capital investment, simple lang siya. Hindi siya ganun kakomplikado sa ratio nung average capital balance. So dito ang gagawin is for the income summary, which is yung 300,000 na profit, and yung Lord Aguilar drawing na 100, and sa Devzon Paras drawing na 200,000. So yan yung kapag magre-record ka ng division of profits. So paano nakuha yung 100,000 and 200,000? Andyan na yung computation. So yung 300,000 na profit, i-multiply mo siya sa 400,000 na investment ni Aguilar. Then divide mo dun sa total na 400 plus 800. Kaya nakuha yung 1,2. So ang nalabas is yung 100,000. Then ganun din kay Porras, 300,000 na profit multiply sa 800,000 na investment, then divide sa 1,200,000. You will get 200,000. So, ipag-add mo yung 100 and 200, makukuha mo yung 300,000 na profit nila, which is yung amount dun sa income summary. So, ganyan lang siya kasimple. Multiply then divide lang sa add. So, kailangan para malaman mo kung tama yung dito sa computation mo, dapat magto-total yung dun sa profit mo. So, kita naman na yung profit dito, which is yung 300,000 na given, then nung in-add mo yung 100 saka 200, same yung lumabas, which is yung 300,000. So, next slide na po. So, for the ratio of capital balances at the beginning of the year, assume that the partnership agreement provided for the division of profits in the ratio of capital balances at the beginning of the year. In this case, the original capital investment are also the capital balances at the beginning of the year, since the partnership is only on its first year of operation. So the profit is same, 300,000. So yung entry naman is ganun lang, same lang din. Then yung computation same lang din. Dun sa ratio of original capital investment. So itong dalawa is magkaparehas lang yung entry and yung computation. So hindi niyo na kailangang ma-confuse dun sa dalawa. So next slide. So yung ratio of capital balances at the end of the year. Kung kanina at the beginning ng year, ito naman at the end. Assume that the profit is divided in the ratio of capital balances at the end of the year. Before drawings and distribution of profit, the ending balance are 500 for Aguilar and 750,000 for Porras. Yung profit, same din, 300,000. So dito, makikita na yung entry is same lang din. Kaya lang, yung amount ni Aguilar and Porras is magkaiba. Bakit? Kasi dito, ang ginamit is yung ending balance ni Aguilar at Porras. So, ganun lang din yung 300,000 na profit, i-multiply mo dun sa ending balance nila. Ending balance ni Aguilar, which is yung 500,000. Then divide sa 1,250,000, which is yung total ni Aguilar and Porras. So, you will get 120,000. And for Porras naman, 300,000 multiply dun sa 750 na ending balance ni Porras. Then divide sa 1,250,000. Lalabas is 180,000. So, ganun pa rin yung total neto is same pa rin dun sa profit na given, which is yung 300,000. So, next slide. Ratio of average capital balances. So, dito, of profits or losses on the basis of the three preceding capital concept. Una is yung kanina original capital investment. Second, capital balances at the beginning of the year. And last, capital balances at the end of the year. So dito, itong tatlo may prove inequitable or unfair if there are material changes in the capital accounts during the year. So kapag yung beginning capital balances ang ginamit sa pag-allocate ng profits, yung additional investment during the year ay dinidiscourage because yung partner na magkakaroon ng additional investment ay hindi siya makakompensate when it comes to the division of profits hanggang sa susunod na taon. So yung ending capital balances naman kapag ginamit, yung year-end investment naman ang ini-encourage. But there is no incentive for a partner to make any investment before year-end. So, in addition, amounts earlier withdrawn by maybe reinvested before year-end. These considerations suggest that using average balances as a basis for distributing profits or losses is preferable because it reflects that capital actually available for use by the partnership during the year. So, yung drawings within the allowable amount will not affect the computation ng average capital balance. And on the contrary, drawings in excess naman, in excess of the allowable amount are considered permanent reductions in capital. So meaning, yung computation ng average capital balance is hindi affected. So yun, next po. So yan. In this illustration, for the Aguilar and Porras partnership, the partners are entitled to withdraw 5,000 monthly or a total of 60,000 per annum, meaning for a year. Any additional withdrawals are directly debited to the partner's capital accounts and therefore will affect the computation of the average capital ratio. So dito, makikita nyo yung sample computation kapag sa average capital balance. So ganyan yung format niya. So yung 400,000 nakuha yan dun sa yung ratio of original investment kanina na 400,000. And then yung for April naman, yung 500, yan yung capital balance niya nung at the end of the year. So bakit yung date niya is January and April 1? Sa January, yan yung sa beginning of the yung beginning of the year, which is 400,000. Then ita-times mo siya sa 3 and then divide sa 12. Saan nakuha yung 3 over 12? Yung 3 dyan, nagre-represent siya dun sa January, February, and March. Bakit hanggang March lang? Dahil nung April 1, meron siyang 500,000. So 3 months lang. So i-divide mo siya sa 12, you will get 100,000. 400 times 3 over 12, 100,000. And yung susunod naman, 9 over 12, ganun din. Yung April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December, 9 months. So, to check, kailangan yung 3 at 9 magto-total sa 12 or yung 1 year. So, you will get yung 375,000. Then, i-add mo yung 400, then i-add mo yung 100 and 375, you will get 475,000. Yan yung average capital ni Lord Aguilar. So, for the Devzon Porras capital naman, ganun din yung 800,000 na beginning capital ni Devzon dun sa ratio of original capital investment kanina. Then yung 6 months, January, February, March, April, May, June. So hanggang June lang, so 6 months. And divide mo siya sa 12, you will get yung 400,000. And then yung sa 750,000 naman, ganun din, 6 over 12, you will get 375,000 for a total of 775,000. Yun yung average capital ni Devzon Porras. So, paano nakuha yung 1,250,000? Simply, you will add the 475,000 ni Aguilar and then yung 775 ni Porras. So, ganyan lang siya. Madali lang naman siya. Kailangan nyo lang maging careful dun sa months, yung portion of the year unchanged. So, kapag sa problem, ang tinanong is yung average capital ng isang partner, yun lang yung isasagot mo. For example, dito, ang tinatanong kunwari is yung average capital ni Porras. So, ang isasagot mo lang is yung 775,000. Pero kapag ang tinatanong naman is yung total average capital balance, meaning yung kay Aguilar and Porras na, which is yung 1,250,000. So, yon. Next slide po. So, for the entry to record the division of 300,000 profits, so yan, yung income summary, ganun pa rin, 300,000. And kay Aguilar, na 114,000. And Porras na drawing, 186,000. So, ganun pa rin, walang nagbago dun sa entry natin except for the amounts. So, yung sa computation, ganun pa rin, 300,000 multiply sa 475,000 na yung average capital ni Aguilar. Divide mo siya dun sa total nila, yung sa total average capital balance na 1,250,000, you will get 114,000. Then, kay Porras naman, 300,000 multiply sa 775,000. Then, divide 1,250,000. So, yun. Ituloy ko lang kasi nakat kanina. So, yung sa computation kay Aguilar and Porras, ganun din, 300 din yung average capital nila, which is yung 475 and 775. I-divide sa 1,250,000, which is yung total average capital balance. So, yan yung 114,000 and 186,000 ni Aguilar and Porras. So, ganon, 300,000 yung total and same siya doon sa profit na given. So, yun lang. Next na po.
Okay, so before we continue, tanong ko lang muna. Anong chapter na ninyo? I-chat nyo na lang sa sa chat box. Anong chapter na ninyo dito sa basic accounting? Andito na rin ba kayo sa part na to? So katatapos nyo lang dito. Okay, so corporation na kayo. Okay. Sige, start na natin to. So next naman is by allowing interest on capital and the balance in an agreed ratio. So partnerships may choose to allocate a portion of the total profits in the capital ratio and the balance equally or in other agreed ratio after due consideration of the partners' other contributions. So to allow interest on partners' capital account balances is almost similar to dividing part of profits in the ratio of partners' capital balances. So if the partners agree to allow interest on capital as a first step in the division of profit, they should specify the interest rate to be used. So kaya nasa kanila yan kung nasa agreement yan ng partners kung ilang percent yung gagamitin nilang sa interest. So proceed tayo sa illustration nila. So continuing the illustration of Aguilar and Porras partnership with a profit of 300,000 for 2018 and capital balances as already shown. Assume that the partnership agreement allowed 15% interest. Close lang natin yung mga maharang dito. Yan. Okay. So, 15% interest daw sa average capital account balances. So, kaya binase nila yung 15% interest sa average average capital. So, yung 15% interest, tignan nyo mabuti kasi pwedeng hindi lang sa average capital na ibase. Pwedeng 15% interest on beginning capital. Pwedeng 15% interest on original investment. So kaya be careful. Tignan nyo kung saan nila binase para doon nyo i-multiply yung interest. Dahil minultiply sa average capital, doon natin i-babase. Ayun, no? Kung kanina, natatanda nyo yung tinuro ni ate nyo, Nicole, ito yung na-compute na average capital nila kanina, which is 475,000 and 775,000. So, i-multiply nyo lang, makukuha nyo itong kay Aguilar, and then ganoon din kay Porras. So, yan. Pag total nyo, makukuha nyo itong 187,500. So, ito na yung, itong makukuha nyo dito, ibabawas nyo sa profit na earn nila. Para makuha yung residual na paghahatian nila equally. Yun na yung ito, balance to be divided equally. So, kaya 300,000 minus itong total na 187,500 equals itong 112,500. So kaya times nyo ng 50%, yan, makukuha nyo itong dalawa. Diba? Kasi sabi dun sa problem, yung balance is to be divided equally. O, yun na. And then, i-add nyo na. Makukuha nyo itong mga total nila. Share of partners in profits. And then, total overall nila is 300,000 pa rin. O, kung ano nakuha nyo dito sa baba, ito na yung ilalagay nyo sa entry ninyo. Ayun, no? Income summary na 300,000. Tapos yung drawing nila. Diba? Madali lang to. Madali pa tong part sa interest. Tapos sunod naman natin is ito, isa pa. Yan. Sabi dito. Assume that the Aguilar and Porras partnership had a loss of 10,000 naman. No. So if the partnership agreement provided for interest and on capital accounts, this provision must be honored regardless of whether operations yielded profits or not. So kaya kahit may profit or wala, i-ano pa rin natin to, i-apply pa rin natin yung 50% interest on average capital. So kaya meron pa rin yung computation niya, ayan, ganun pa rin. Pero loss siya ngayon. So kaya ibawas niyo yung loss dito or idagdag na lang ngayon, no? Kaya naging ang paghatiin nila is 197,500. Negative yan kasi loss. Ito, negative 10,000 kasi loss yan. So kaya negative 10,000 minus 187,500, lalabas na itong 197,500 na paghahatian nila. Yan. So kaya times 50% nyo para divided equally. And then i-total nyo na. O diba? Nag-iba naman yung entry nila. So kaya tatandaan nyo kapag meron tayong loss, di ba? Tatanong nga ako, sige. Wency, pwedeng paki-unmute saglit.
Yeah.
Okay, so kapag meron tayong loss, anong side siya ng income summary? Debit or credit?
Debit po.
Okay, very good, tama. Kapag meron naman tayong profit sa debit or credit?
Credit po.
Okay, very good. O ngayon naman, pag i-distribute natin yung profit natin, anong magiging entry mo kapag dinistribute mo na yung profit? Kasi di ba mawawala na yung income summary? Sana siya debit or credit na?
Credit po.
Okay, so ito na. Di ba kasi, wait lang ah. Okay, kasi di ba meron tayong profit. O, dahil profit siya, nung nirecord natin yung profit natin, nasa credit side. Pero by the time na i-distribute na natin siya, i-debit nyo na yun. Tatanggalin nyo na siya. Gagawin nyo ng zero balance yung income summary. Balikan natin yung kanina, yung tinuro ni, dito. Diba? So, kaya sabi dito sa problem nito kanina, meron tayong 300,000 na profit. Pero nung dinistribute natin siya, ginawa natin siyang debit. So kaya magkakaroon din dito ng 300,000 para ma-cancel out na itong income summary. Kasi i-distribute na natin sa drawings nila. Ganun yun. Okay, isa na tayo. Ayan, so balik tayo dito. Magpasensya nyo na yung mga aso. Nahingi sila. So, ayan. Meron tayong loss. Kung sa tawag dito, sa recording natin ng loss, naka-debit siya. Ngayon naman, i-credit natin. Kasi dinistribute na natin. Yun, di ba? Babalik na rin natin. Parang ano na siya, parang closing na. Parang gano'n. Babalik na natin o kaya reversing ba yun? Basta yun. Ni-reverse na natin. Kaya ganyan yung entry niya. Imbis na sa debit side siya, nilagay na siya sa credit side. Kasi tinanggal na yung loss. Dinistribute na natin sa kanila, sa mga partners. So, ayun yung mga amount nila. Yan. Okay, proceed naman tayo dito. Comparison of distribution based solely on capital ratios as against distribution with interest on capital balances. So, there will be a significant difference between the two distribution plans if the partnership is operating at a loss. Under the capital ratio plan, yung kanina na tinuturo ni Ate Nicole, the partner who invested more capital will ultimately shoulder a bigger share of the loss. Kaya balikan natin yung kanina. Ayan, kunwari dito na lang. Or dito. Diba? Kung malaki yung ambag ni Devzon or si Poras, tapos meron tayong loss kunwari ito loss ito, meron tayong loss na 300,000, o di mas malaki din yung loss na ma-divide kay Poras, di ba? So kaya parang ang nangyayari dito sa capital ratio plan, the partner who invested more capital will ultimately shoulder a bigger share of the loss. Kasi magiging malaki din yung hatian ng loss eh. Parang naging 60% ng loss napunta sa'yo kasi 60% din ng ininvest mo is ganon. Pero sa interest plan, yung previous na ito, yung tinuro natin sa may interest, kapag the partner who invested more capital is credited for an interest on his capital and is ultimately debited with a lesser share of the loss. So, kaya balikan natin yung kanina dito. Ayan. Ano sabi niya? The partner who invested more. Ayan. To, kung napapansin nyo, si Poras, nag-invest siya ng mas malaki. Pero yung loss niya, hindi na rin doon kalaki. Diba? Hindi na ganun kalaki. In fact, in some cases, the result may even be a net credit. Ayun o, net credit siya. Diba? Naging 17,500, hindi siya decrease. Increase yung sa kanya. So kaya, mas maganda kapag meron tayong interest plan. So kaya yung significant difference between the two distribution plans. Kapag merong interest, tapos kapag capital ratio plan lang. Okay, so next naman tayo, by allowing salaries to partners and the balance in an agreed ratio. So the sharing agreement may provide for variations in compensating the personal services contributed by partners. Even among partners who devote equal service in time, one partner's superior experience and knowledge may command a greater share of the profit. So, meron ba kayong parang nakikilalang partner dito? Sinong partner kaya yun? Di ba? Sabihin natin, si industrial partner. So, to acknowledge the harder working or more valuable partner, the profit sharing plan may provide for salary allowances. So kaya proceed na tayo sa illustration nito. Madali pa itong part na to So madaling part pa yung kay interest tapos kay salaries. Ayan. So kaya salaries and allowances. Punta tayo dun sa illustration yan. Okay, so assume that Aguilar and Forest Partnership the agreement provided for an annual salary of 100,000 and 60,000. So kaya 100,000 daw kay Aguilar and then 60,000 kay Boras. So kaya madali lang. Ilagay nyo lang dyan 100,000, 60,000. Then total nyo 160,000. And then ibawas nyo ulit doon sa profit nyo para makuha yung residual na paghahatian nila, which is 140,000. Diba? Simple pa lang to. Basta tandaan nyo na lang tong table para di kayo mahirapan. Tandaan nyo na lang yung table niyan. Para ang gawin nyo na lang kapag ikarga nyo na lang yung mga info, yung mga amounts. Di ba? Kaya nakuha natin itong 100, itong 70 tapos 70. And then 170 and 130,000. And then i-entry nyo na. Madali lang ang entry. Yan lang. I-distribute nyo na sa drawing nila. So kaya parang, di ba kapag nilalagyan natin, so kaya ganyan, 170,000 and 130,000. Okay. So, dito na tayo sa bonus. Ito na yung medyo nakakalito. Medyo nakakalito na itong bonus. By allowing bonus to the managing partner based on profit and the balance in an agreed ratio. So a partnership contract may provide for a special compensation in the form of bonus to the managing partner when the results of operations of the partnership are favorable. So ito yung sinabi ni Ate nyo, Ira kanina, Ate Jillian. So, ayan. Ito yun. So assume that the Aguilar and Porras partnership agreement provided for a bonus of 25% of profit before bonus. Lagay lang natin dito saglit para di kayo malito. Ito yung profit before bonus na problem. Ayan. Kapag sinabing profit before bonus, madali lang to. Simple lang ang computation yan. Ang computation lang nito, ganito. Ito yung computation niya. Computation is bonus, yan, equals yung percentage ng bonus. Gawin na nating x yan. X tapos yung percent. Multiply by yung net income. Yan. Or kung basta ganyan muna tayo sa simple yan. Ganyan lang yan. Ganyan lang yung computation niya, kaya nakuha kagad tong 75,000. I-multiply nyo lang sa net income. Kasi sinabi nga, profit before bonus. Kapag sinabing profit before bonus, ang ibig sabihin yan, profit bago mabawas yung bonus. So kaya, hindi pa nabawas yung bonus dyan. Okay? Profit bago mabawas yung bonus. So kaya buo pa yan. Okay, so 300,000 times 25% equals 75,000. And then, i-less nyo ulit doon para makuha yung residual na i-divide nyo equally. Ayun, simplify ito. Simple pa kapag profit before bonus. Pero, kapag after bonus na, doon na magkakaiba. Ayan, so kaya, assume instead that the Aguilar and Porras partnership agreement provided for a bonus of 25% of profit after bonus naman to. Ito na yung after bonus, yung medyo nakakalito. Kasi maski ito, nalito ako dati. Ayan. Lagay natin dito. Profit after bonus. Okay naman, pag sinabing profit after bonus, ito yung profit after na ibawas natin yung bonus na. So kaya, ayan. Kung titingnan nyo lang yung sa libro kasi parang nakakalito eh. Maski ako hindi ko naintindihan yan dun. Kaya ang tuturuan ko lang kayo ng formula nito. Imbes na ito ang gamitin nyo, itong ayan na yan, imbes na yan ang gamitin nyo, ito na lang tuturo ko yung gamitin nyo kasi, para meron kayong naiisip na formula. So, ito, ayan, ito ang formula niya. Formula din sa lahat ng yan. So, kapag sinabing profit before salaries and interest and bonus, parang nangyayari lang, dinideduct nyo lang yung mga yan. So, kaya, profit before, after interest, after salaries, after interest, after bonus. Okay? Tandaan nyo yan kapag after, i-less nyo lang yung mga yan sinabi nilang salaries, interest, and bonus. So kaya, dun sa problems na nandito, sinabi, after bonus lang. So kaya wala pa naman itong dalawa. Wala pa yung dalawa, kaya hindi na natin sinama sa computation. So kaya ito lang ang ano natin. Meron tayong bonus na 25% daw yung percentage kanina. Substitute nyo lang. Tapos yung net income din daw, yung profit na 300,000 minus bonus. So ito yung hinahanap natin. Sinama natin yan. Kaya andyan yan. Kung ano, kaya mahalaga talaga yung math nyo nung ano eh, yung sa algebra mo yan. Kasi magagamit nyo pa siya dito. Magagamit nyo pa siya dito. So, na-substitute na natin yung mga yan. So, kaya ang una nyong gagawin, i-multiply nyo muna itong 25% sa 300,000. Magkano lalabas? Lalabas is 75,000. And then, next yung gawin, i-multiply nyo din itong 25% sa B. So, kaya ang lalabas is 25% B. O dahil ano, dahil meron tong, ang tawag dito, variable ba? Ayan. I-transpose nyo na dun sa kabilang side. Parang yung ginagawa natin dati sa mathematics natin. Ano mangyayari kapag tinranspose natin, di ba magiging from negative, magiging positive na siya. So kaya naging positive lang siya dito. O pero bakit naging 125%? Paano yun? Kasi kung gagawin natin tong decimal, itong 25% na to, 0.25 lang yan. Tapos kung natatanda nyo yung sa math nyo dati, di ba kapag letter lang yan dyan, pag variable lang, ibig sabihin, 1 yan. Pero hindi natin pinapakita yung 1. Ganyan lang. Meron niyang 1 or 100%. Kaya, naging 125%. Okay, ngayon, para matanggal itong number niya dito, anong gagawin natin? Di ba i-divide natin para ma-cancel out na sila? So, ang nangyari, i-divide mo itong both side ng 125%. So, kaya no, 125% B divided by 125%. And then dito naman sa kabila, 75,000 divided by 125%. So, kaya nang lalabas. Na-cancel out na itong 125%, kaya naging B na lang ito. And then, ayun na, i-compute nyo na ito. Yun yung lalabas, 60,000. Parehas lang dito. Diba? So, kaya, yun yung mas okay na computation kaysa dito. Medyo nalilito ako dito eh. Pero kayo, kung gusto nyo ito, dito rin kayo. Pero kung ako sa inyo, masundan nyo na lang to. Kasi mas magagamit nyo siya sa mga susunod. Okay. So, ayan na. Na-compute na natin yung 60,000. Kaninong bonus daw yun? Kay Aguilar. O di dun lang sa kanya. And then, ilas nyo na dun sa profit para makuha yung residual na 240,000. And then, divide nyo na equally. Yun na. Lalabas na yung mga result, mga total niyan. Which is 180,000 kay Aguilar. And then, 120,000 kay Horas. So, ayan na. Meron na tayong income summary na 300,000. And then, drawing na 180,000 kay Aguilar. And then, 120,000 kay Horas. Okay. So, next naman. Ayan. Ito na. So, by allowing salaries, interest on capital bonus to the managing partner and the balance in non-agreed ratio. So, ito na yung lahat na pinagsama ng tatlo. The service contribution and capital contributions of the partners are often not equal. If the service contributions are not equal, salary allowances can compensate for the differences. Or when capital contributions are not equal, interest allowances can make up for the unequal investments. When both service and capital contributions are unequal, the allocation of profits or losses may include salary allowances, interest on their capital balances, bonus to the managing partner, and the balance to be divided in the agreed ratio. So note that provisions for salaries and interest in the partnership agreement are called allowances. So yan. Ito yung illustration sa libro nyo. So assume that the profit for the year is 400,000 and the partnership agreement for the Aguilar and Pars provided for the following yan. So, number 1, bonus to Aguilar is 25% of profit after salaries and interest. But before bonus, oh, paano magiging formula natin dyan? Magtanong nga ako si Jennifer. Paano magiging formula na natin dyan? Paki-unmute na lang. Yung kaninang ano natin, di ba meron tayong B. Oh. Tapos meron tayong percentage. Paki-unmute Jennifer. Are you there?
Hello po, kuya. Ano po? Yung bonus equals 25, kumbaga 25% times yung ano po, yung profit.
Paki-ulit times
Yung profit po.
profit. Magkano yung profit natin?
300. Ay. Dito na po.
Oo, yung dito na.
16.
Magkano?
Po, 400,000.
Ayun, so 400,000. Pakilapit nung mic mo para marinig. Ayan, and then
Ano po, pagkatapos yan po, compute na yung kay ano po. Yung sa 400,000, plus yung na-compute na 25% times 400. Yung
and then meron pa tayong mga dito. Ituloy natin saglit ito. So meron tayong annual salaries na 100,000 kay Aguilar and then meron tayong 60,000 kay Porras. Tapos meron tayong interest on average capital balances of itong 71,250 and 116,250 kay Aguilar and Porras. So, yung kaninang computation, ay yung formula na tinuro ko, di ba, meron tayo pang ganyan. Net income minus salaries, minus interest, minus bonus. Ang pagbasa dito is profit after salaries, after interest, after bonus. Pero ang andito sa problem natin, meron tayong profit after salaries and interest, but before bonus. So kaya, paano magiging computation natin dito? Ano yung mga i-deduct natin dyan sa 400,000?
Yung salaries po.
Yun, salaries. So magkano yung salaries nila?
Kay ano po, kay Aguilar, 100,000.
So 100,000 and then
Tapos ano po, yung average capital niya po,
and then yung muna tayo, sa salaries muna tayo para di tayo malito.
60,000 po kay Pora.
Ayun, 60,000 kay Forest. Okay. Next naman, yung sa yung interest. Babawas ba yan o hindi?
Opo,
Babawas din.
babawas.
Kaya minus.
71,250
And then,
minus 116,250 po kay Aguilar.
ayan. Pero, how about yung bonus?
Sa bonus po, times? Multiply po?
I-deduct pa rin ba natin yung bonus?
Ano po? Opo.
Or hindi na?
Deduct.
I-deduct?
Opo.
Okay, so, hindi na yung i-deduct. Kasi ang sabi dito, before bonus. So kaya, hindi na siya kasamang i-deduct. Ang i-deduct lang natin yung sinabi sa itong mga after. Tandaan nyo kapag profit after salaries, i-deduct nyo. After interest, i-deduct nyo. Pag before bonus, wag nyo nang isama. Wag nyo nang isama yun. Pero pag sinabing profit after salaries, after interest, and after bonus, o di lahat yun, i-deduct nyo sa income. Pero ayan lang yung computation natin, sinabi niya, before bonus. Kaya O, try nyo compute yan. I-chat nyo kung anong lalabas. O, so magkano lumabas? Kuha nyo ba? Magkano? Wala pa rin. Okay, so ang gagawin nyo, i-minus nyo muna tong mga to. So kaya 400 minus 100 minus 60 minus 71 to 50 minus 116 to 50. Magkano ang lalabas doon?
$52,500.
Ayun, 52,500. So kaya 25% times 52,500. O magkano yan ngayon? Magkano nga labas yan? Magkano?
13,125.
Yun. So kaya 25% ay magiging 13,125. So ganun lang kasimple. Simple lang kapag meron tayong formula. Pero kapag wala tayong formula, malilito kayo. Kaya dapat gamitan nyo ng formula. Yan. So, ganoon lang yung computation. Ilagay nyo na dito sa mga table nila. And then, pag-add nyo itong tatlo. And then yung lalabas yan, yun yung i-deduct nyo sa profit nila na 400,000 para lumabas yung 39,375 na paghahatian nila. At saka sabi dito, balance is to be divided in a ratio of 40:60. Tandaan niyan, wag nyong i-divide kagad equally kasi meron palang agreement dito na 40:60 ang hatian nila. So kaya ganun ang multiply nyo. Yan. 40 kay Aguilar and then 60 kay Oras. Kaya lumabas ito. And then ipag-add nyo na sa baba. Ayun yung lalabas. Di ba? Okay, next naman. Oh, same info pero ngayon naman after bonus lahat. After bonus na, hindi na before bonus. Paanong magiging computation natin dito? Ang magiging computation na yan is yung ito na mismo. Ito na yung computation dyan. Yan na yun. Gawin natin dyan yan. Yan, so ito na yung computation niya. Kaya, try nyo ang i-solve. Try nyo i-solve sa calculator nyo. Magkano to? 400,000. Minus yung salaries nilang dalawa. 160,000 na yun. Minus magkano yung interest nila? 187,500. Then minus yung bonus, which is wala. So kaya bilang yan. Oh. Magiging answer nyo. May nakakuha ba? Sige. How about the others? Anong sagot ninyo? Yun. So, 10,500. So, follow nyo lang tong steps na ginawa ko. Substitute nyo lang yung mga info dito, yung amount nila. Net income nila is 400,000 tapos yung salaries nila is 160,000. Pinag-add ko na yung kay Aguilar tapos kay Porras kaya 160,000. Ganon din sa interest. Ilan yung bonus? Ganyan lang. Bilang kasi wala pa tayong bonus. Yan yung hanapin natin. So, kaya ganyan. O, step by step na to Step by step. So, una kong ginawa is substitute and then minus ko na tong mga to dito sa 400,000. Kaya nakuha natin tong 52,500. And then next natin is i-multiply natin tong 25% dito sa 52,500. Kaya nakuha natin ito. Okay. And then multiply din natin yung 25% dito sa B. Kaya lumabas ito. Dahil meron siyang variable, ilipat natin siya dun sa kabilang side. Transpose natin. So kaya naging 25% na positive ngayon. Kasi kanya di ba negative siya. Pag tinranspose nyo, magiging positive. Ayan naging positive siya. From negative to positive. Okay, pag add nyo itong dalawa, magiging 125% B. Para ma-cancel out itong 125%, i-divide nyo silang dalawa ng 125% din. So kaya, ayan dinivide din natin para okay, tuloy natin. Saan na yun? Ayan. So, divide natin both side ng 125% para ma-cancel out na to. O dahil divide natin, compute nyo na to. Kano mabas? 10,500. So, yun na yung sagot natin. 10,500. Check nga natin. O, pares lang dito. 10,500 din. Diba? Mas madaling gamitin na ito. Para sa akin. Pero kung gusto nyo ito, di ito ang gamitin ninyo. Pero mas madali ito talaga. O, yun na. Ilagay nyo na sa mga table nila. Yan na, 100,000 kay Aguilar, 60,000 kay Poras. Tapos ito, ganyan kay Aguilar. Ganun din kay Poras. Tapos kaninong bonus to? Kay Aguilar din. So, kayo dito nyo ilalagay kay Aguilar. Total nyo, then ibawas nyo dun sa 400,000 para makuha nyo yung profit after salaries, interest, and bonus na 42,000. And then i-divide nyo sa ano nila, sa ratio nila. O di yun na. Nakuha nyo na itong amount na ganyan. Okay. So, madali lang. Madali lang itong Hindi nyo na kailangang lituin yung sarili nyo sa pag itong gagamitin nyo. Sundin nyo na lang itong formula na ito. Kung nahihirapan kayo dito, aralin yung mabuti. Tapos pwede nyo naman kaming tanongin. Pwede nyo kaming i-chat. Kayo mahiya. Magre-reply kami. Kahit sino sa amin, chat nyo kami. Kung hindi nyo naintindihan. Para matulungan natin kayo. Ayan. Okay, so, meron pa mga natitirang topics dito. Pero mukhang ituloy na natin to sa next meeting natin. Kasi kunti na lang oras. Or kaya ba? Parang kukunti na lang eh. And the next meeting na lang ito. Next meeting. So next meeting na itong mga natitirang slides and then mag-solve tayo. Mag-solve tayo ng mga problems. Sasagutan natin. So, any questions pa ba? Yung kanina, tanong ata ni Rika, saan nakuha yung interest na 15%. Itong 15% na interest, given na to sa problem niyo. Given na yan kasi yung partnership, yung mga partners, parang pag-uusapan na nila kung magkanong interest yung gusto nila. Bahala na sila doon na kung magkano. Kung gusto nilang 25% interest, 10%, 5%, 15%, sila nang mag-decide doon kung ilang percent yung gusto nila. So kaya given na yan. Ang titignan nyo na lang dito is kung saan nila ibabase. Kung sa average capital ba, kung sa original investment ba, kung sa beginning capital ba, ending capital, ganun. Doon nyo na lang titignan. Yun. So, meron pa bang ibang questions? Kung may questions kayo, lang kayo. Unmute kayo. Or i-raise nyo yung hand niyo. Meron ba? So dito na chapter, pahapyaw pa lang sa inyo, no? Pahapyaw pa lang sa inyo ito. Yung topic nyo ngayon na tinuturo sa inyo. Okay, so pahapyaw pa lang yung ginawa sa inyo. So wala pa kayo sa corporation. You see? So problems tayo, magpo-problem solving tayo dito next meeting. So yun lang. Mukhang wala naman ng mga tanong. Mag-open na tayo ng camera para sa attendance.